So he asked his propagandists to send out to the people, and they know that the West followed their news sources, or as far as the state television, and they said we were told to the people to we was told from Vladimir Putin to give a direct message to the people that if the West push us any more into the corner, there will be a full blown nuclear war, and that everyone will perish. I can't say the D word, but I'll say perish. You guys get. I know. I hope you guys know what perish means. I would hope. So that's the big warning right now that's coming out of Russia. This is the United States, the EU, the UK, and China. All of them are taking this seriously, like on a high note. They're telling them to back out of this. Telling them to back out of this. A Russia recruiter was shot today. That is on the news as well. I also wanted to let you guys know that the Congress will be spending another $12 billion on Ukraine. U.S. Congress negotiators set $12 billion for new Ukraine aid. And we don't know what's going to be in this or anything yet, but I know this is going to be in the package that's supposed to be put on the table to avoid the government shutdown. So they kind of have to vote on this anyway, and they kind of have to pass this. I see what Biden did there when he asked the Congress to do this in this bill. They have to pass this. Even if they didn't want to, they have to. Or we're going to have a government shutdown. I mean, pay or no pay. Anyways, negotiators to a stopgap spending bill in the United States Congress have agreed to include about $12 billion in new aid to Ukraine. In response to a request from Biden administration, a source familiar with the talks said on Monday, the source who asked not to be identified said the measures will also include resettlement funding for Afghan refugees. Earlier this month, the United States Joe Biden asked the Congress to provide $11.7 billion in emergency military and economic aid for Ukraine. So that's more. More money, more money, more money. Well, they're going to spend more and more the worse this war gets, and I guess that's something that I guess people are going to have to get used to, which we don't have that much time to get used to. Let me get to one of the points that I want to get to while people are in here. Right here, there's reports. Hold on, let me see if I have a zoomed out version of this. Hopefully, this wasn't the zoom out. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I do got a zoom out version. So there's reports coming out of Russia that they are officially to declare war on September 30th because it takes 2 days for them to get the results of the referendum, and then Putin is going to announce something right after that. Within the past hour, reports both open source and intel and covert intel circuits began screeching that Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to ask the Russian Legislator Duma Federation Council to formally declare war on or about September 30th. The intel says the public referendums being held in 4 areas, Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson, will be completed tomorrow, September 27th. Russia expects that it will take a maximum of 2 days to physically count all the paper ballots in the 4 regions. The results are expected to be made public on September 29th. Russia has already made clear that once the voting is done and the results are certified, those 4 regions will instantly become Russian territory. If Ukraine continues military efforts against or within any part of those territories, it will be viewed and treated as an attack on Russia. Vladimir Putin is then expected to ask the Russian legislators to declare war upon Ukraine for attacking Russian territory. What is not yet talked about is whether or not Putin's request to the legislators would include any mention of NATO. As this story is being written at 11:55 a.m. Eastern U.S. time. Oh, so that's my time. That's my time. Oh, so he wrote that right before I read this. On September 26th, the world conflict could literally be 4 days away. This is crazy. And it's coming out today that the drones that Iran has given to Russia are doing good damage on Odessa. they're having really good success attacking Odessa. Also, the PLA's preparations in China preparing for the worst in Ukraine. United States aims to defeat and disintegrate Russia. Strategic command possible conflict with a nuclear power. So let's go on with that. The worst case scenario of an armed conflict in Ukraine is ahead of us. Warns China, emphasizing the goal of the United States is not to simplify Russia's invasion. Russia's defeating the war, but its disintegration so that America can increase the influence in the Euro-Asian area. The mouthpiece of Chinese Communist Party, Global Times, which echoes his views, emphasized that the countries must prepare for the worst case scenario in Ukraine. China is telling their country they need to prepare for the worst case scenario. And I already know what worst case scenario means. I already know what the worst case scenario would be. We should all know by now because they're warning of it every fucking day. They're throwing it in your face every freaking day. In more detail, Chinese newspaper Global Times points out that there is a clear goal of the United States is to defeat Russia, the defeat of Russia. As a publication of reports and political scientists who participated in the poll conducted, the newspaper estimate that there are no signs of de-escalation of the conflict between Moscow and the West. The near future is stressing that parties related to the Ukrainian crisis should prepare for the worst case scenarios as the United States goal appears to be clear Russia's defeat. So even though Russia's throwing a nuclear threat out there, even though, everyone's saying that they're serious about this, they're willing to go all the way through with this. They're willing to go through this through the end just to make sure that Russia is defeated. And if they go through with this will be freaking chaotic for our world, catastrophic for our world. And this is what they're warning to you guys over and over. A lot of people ain't taking this shit serious, but you need to start taking this serious because we don't know what's going to happen on that fourth day. What I mean is, after that announcement, when Putin does declare war on Ukraine, all options are on the table. That's when nuclear weapons can be used. So after September 30th, all options are on the table. They're voting on this right now. They're talking about this right now. This ain't rhetoric no more. This ain't shit that they're just throwing out the window anymore. This is something that's happening right now, and people just ain't paying attention to. So, I mean, it's either people going to wake up or they're not. I'm not going to be here to warn people forever. I have made 4 accounts. This is my 4th account. I just got my main account back. My Javante the reporter with 184,000 people on there listening to me. So I know people are concerned. I know people are worried. All my freaking videos is on the For You page. Everyone's literally following me, trying to figure out more and more information, begging me when I'm at work to go live. When I disappear, it seems like all my followers just, I don't know. I don't know what happens, but it's like, damn. It's crazy. But anyways, let's continue on. We're going to talk about this shit. All right, so this is the one about Odessa is on fire. Iranians, 136 drones blew up the largest stockpile of NATO weapons in southern Ukraine. Areas evacuated. The Russians put the Shahid 136 drones in 10-minute alert. These motherfuckers can hit from miles away, and they're saying they're doing major damaging in Odessa and Ukraine. They're doing major damage. I'm like, wow, okay. This is gonna be interesting to see how these work. Not saying anything's about to pop off for sure, but stock your pantry and bug out bags ready. Yes, I agree with that. Get your bug out bags ready. Your government's not going to tell you this information at the moment because they're trying to lower the level of panic. The White House is serious about it. They're communicating with Russia about it, but they're putting it down. When you're not broadcasting, I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in that work. Facts, Aztec, facts. I already know, man. I already know. A lot of people ain't paying attention to this right now, but Hey guys, get your houses in order and shit, man. I know them trolls out there that's gonna be sitting there until their skeletons is on the freaking chair, laughing at the situation. See, I guess you guys was right. There was a nuclear war. Okay, great, great. Taiwan came out and said that Biden risks talking himself into a war that he cannot win. The military balance is shifting China's way. Skeletons on the chair. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There I mean, I could tell it how it is now. It's all over the news. If the news could talk about it, then I could definitely talk about it. I could definitely talk about it. I'm being honest. I'm not a channel to joke around with. I'm not a channel that's going to sit here and sugarcoat you and give you a pacifier while you suck on it and cry like a baby because you can't handle what's going on. No, I was raised by Gen Xers and millennial. I'm cool. I'm a millennial. I was raised the Gen X way, and I'm going to stay that way. I was raised to keep it hard and real. I'm going to keep it hard and real. If you can't handle it, then get the fuck out of here. I don't got time for the baby shit. Boo hoo hoo. Go cry to somebody that cares. All right, let's go. Continue on. The Greek military buildup in Turkey won't fail to defend itself, Erdogan vows. So the Greece and the United States is building up on Aegean Islands. They're not playing around with that shit right now on the Aegean Islands. So Turkey's putting out a warning to the United States and Greece that they will go and attack these islands if they really need to, if they really want to. Go look at war news. Oh, there must be a new article. There must be a new article on war news. But Turkey is not playing with Greece. This is going to be a war within NATO, and they're going to be pretty pissed off about that. Because we're supposed to be unified, and these guys are getting closer and closer to fighting. And I think that NATO kind of picked their side. I'm seeing more and more of them are going with Greece, and it's more because Turkey is making a little alliance with Russia and China. They're even trying to join the SCO, which would have to make them leave NATO. They would have to get out of NATO to join that group because it's an anti-NATO group, as it's been said over and over again. Like, wow. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. What in the hell is going on with our world? I have no idea, but it seemed like we just hit the chaotic period. They keep telling people to expect the non-expected, and people keep thinking they already know what's going to happen because it's been happening for years, but nobody can literally tell the future. No one can tell the future. So how do you know? No one can tell the future. Christmas will be different this year if we even make it that far. If you want if we even make it that far, bro. I'm at that point where after these votes, it's a wrap. I don't know what's going to happen after this, after Russia to make these territories part of them, and they're literally fighting. They're already fighting for these territories heavy. Ukraine ain't going to stop hitting them. Scared of nuclear weapons or not, they're going to keep trying to defend their territory. They want to fight back for their people. So they're not going to sit there and just be like, oh, Russia said they're going to nuke the whole world. Okay, so I guess we need to stop fighting for our territory. No, bro, they're going to fight even harder. They're going to fight even harder. Well, okay, now this makes us want to prove to the world that they really need to step in. And then the United States at that point is all game on. It's all game on. If Russia does that, it's game on. Then people will be okay. I'm on War News. I see it now. Hold on, I gotta translate it into English. I'm about to take this off. We'll do a recap on this in a second. I just want to see what article people are talking about on the War News. So I'm checking out War News 24/7. I see the nuclear thing, so I know this is about to be a bad article. I can oh wait, there it is. It just translated into English. MI6, these targets will be hit with regular nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Russian media, their use is justified. The United States and NATO will not move. Oh, great. I don't think I like this. I don't think I like this. These targets will be hit with regular nuclear weapon. Or we just read that, so I don't need to read that again. Um, China also preparing launch of the DF-5C ICBM with 10 MIRV. Ah, okay. So you guys are going too, huh? The British intelligence agency, the MI6, is citing sources inside Moscow, informed Ukraine Vladimir Zelensky of imminent nuclear strike, stressing that the list of targets have been approved. The bad news doesn't stop here. Wait, imminent nuclear strikes, stressing that the list of targets have been approved. So you're telling me the approval of nuclear strikes in Ukraine have already been. Oh, oh boy. I see why people wanted me to hop on this real quick. Okay, let's see. The Russian media have begun to justify the use of tactical nuclear weapons on modern battlefields. The targeting is obvious. Go down. MI6, several targets will be hit. And more detail, the MI6 reported that the Kremlin reportedly agreed to hit several targets in Ukraine with tactical nuclear weapons. This will not be done immediately and unannounced. Initially, according to the British, Russia will proceed to conduct nuclear exercises with the launches of hypersonic and nuclear missiles against predetermined targets. Then, if Ukrainians do not capitulate, then, according to the British analysts, the Russians will hit Ukrainian bases and roads through which Western weapons are transported. Next. These strikes with tactical nuclear weapons will take place away from residential areas, but will make it impossible for a long time to restore the logistical supply and corridors in Ukrainian ED. Other sources talk about a greater Lviv region and the roads connecting Ukraine with Poland. The Russians begin to justify the use of nuclear weapons. Then the Russians report official American represented by the White House has once again made it clear that the United States will not directly defend Ukraine, but in particular, the main newspaper of the Democratic Party, mouthpiece of the United States government, New York Times, first recalled that the Russian armed forces, about 1,500 tactical heads. Secondly, clarified that tactical nuclear weapons, at least in theory, are intended for use as part of the battle plan. So now they are openly telling you guys that tactical nuclear weapons are part of the battle plan. Russia has tactical nuclear weapons right now on the table, and they already got targets in mind. The thing is, they're waiting for these referendums to be done and over with, for the votes to go into their favor, for them to take over these territories, and Ukraine to literally hit them. We will make sure the soil people recognize as Rush will never be inhabitable again or habitated again. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, get this dude out of here. This dude look like he's 12. All right. Let me go ahead. Heck yeah, Aztec dude. In other words, the nuclear taboo associated with the destruction of Japanese cities in Hiroshima and Nagasaki by the Americans applies only to strategic arsenal. So the New York Times states strategic weapons are designed to deliver a crushing blow as part of a major strategy. It is the traditional nuclear fear in Washington and Moscow, a nuclear disaster scenario and style of. What exactly does this mean? They're actually going to launch nukes. Yes, yes, that's what they're saying. They're actually going to launch nukes. They're actually going to launch nukes in Ukraine if they hit those territories. They already made the plans. They already got targets on board. They're not bluffing. And Zelensky said it himself. He already knows. He already knows. And I'm about to show you guys that too. Actually, I already have that one up here, right here. Vladimir Putin no longer bluffing about nuclear threats, Zelensky warns. The United States has warned of catastrophic consequences if Russia uses nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Warning followed thinly veiled threat from Putin that Russia would use any weapons to defend its territory. We turn this around. There we go. So people can at least see some comments, some of the comments. All right. Zelensky has said that Vladimir Putin is no longer bluffing with his threats of using nuclear weapons, citing multiple blackmails by Russia around Ukraine's nuclear facilities. Look, maybe yesterday it was a bluff. Now it could be a reality, the Ukrainian wartime president said in an interview with CBS News Channel, pointing to Russia's attack near Zaporizhia nuclear power plant and other facilities in the South. Mr. Zelensky said that these are the first steps of his nuclear blackmail. I don't think he's bluffing. I think the world is deterring it and containing this threat. We need to keep putting pressure on him and not allow him to continue. Washington has warned of catastrophic consequences if the Kremlin were to deploy nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Hmm. Ridiculous. If you're not prepared, get prepared. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. If you're not prepared, you better be prepared pretty soon because we don't know what's about to happen. Do you know where they're going to hit first? In Ukraine, no. I have no idea. As far as NATO goes, we'll figure that out soon. If they have the balls to do it, they will do it. If they don't have the balls to do it, then I mean they already did put all the warnings and threats out there. There's only so many times somebody's gonna put a threat out there before they actually make up on it. That's why I'm like, hey, things are getting worse, guys. You need to probably pay attention that this shit can get out of hand. And people don't want to do that for some reason. But yes, looks like it's being said that Russia's ready to use tactical nuclear weapons or strategic nukes, which would be horrible if they use those ones on Ukraine. I could see the tactical nuclear weapons, but strategic, that would affect either the Russian half or they would have to blow it off on the day the wind is blowing towards Europe. But geez, it's gonna be interesting. At the same time, China, after warnings of a very bad development in Ukrainian front, proceeded to test a new intercontinental ballistic missile of the DF-5C with a maximum range of 12 to 15,000 kilometers, capable of carrying 10 nuclear warheads. Oh yeah, let me put that on here too. Sorry guys, y'all probably don't even know what the hell I'm reading from. I'm not used to this back and forth shit. But yeah, there's that on there too. China's preparing to launch the DEF 5C ICBM, and this is going to be it has a maximum range of 12 to 15,000 kilometers. Is this some video footage? Oh yeah, it is. I can see it. Huh. Sorry for the music. Even though I actually know that song. That's crazy. That must be a Chinese remix of it. Because I know the Japanese version of that song. It was on one of the endings of one of my animes. And yep, there's a silo 2022. Got a date on it. Google Earth. Oh, of course, you can always look up their shit on the Google Earth. You got all that shit on there. There's a roadway. Another one. Boom. Another one. Boom. So this must be where they're getting ready to launch from. And I think that's the end of that article. So yeah. Wow. This is this is about to be wild, man. This is wicked. Wickedly crazy, man. wickedly crazy. So we about to go from them using the vacuum of all bombs in Ukraine to Russia now saying, oh yeah, we're just going to use nuclear weapons, which the United States said they might hit back with nuclear weapons if that happened. They might hit back. They told Russian back channels what they were going to do. Russia knows plain and clear what's going to happen if they do this. So that means they'll be prepared for the options once they do it. But we will too. It's not us, the people, not us here at home. Nope. We'll be the lost sheep that probably don't know what's going on while these guys are fighting behind closed doors, or maybe the fight gets too out of hand and they can't even hide it no more, especially if they start nuking different countries and shit. That's going to be interesting. But I always said nuclear weapons causes EMPs. So if they did start nuking NATO members, will we even know? Like, would our news be able to pick up on it with everything just blacking out in the area? Interesting. Nukes can y'all have stuff that can do it. Y'all have stuff that can intercept nukes, but we don't really, as far as the US and UK is concerned right now, we don't really have like capabilities for hypersonic missiles, and that's becoming the new one. Hypersonic missiles. I am not on that I am not on that nuclear bandwagon. I mean, not the nuclear, the Putin bandwagon for 24 hours. Putin's supposed to give a speech on September 30th. I'm not on the bandwagon of 24 hours. I'm waiting until September 30th. Now, if he does give an early speech, I will wait for it. But if he is not going to be speaking, I'm not going to speak on it. So, for the people that are saying in 24 hours, I'm not on that bandwagon. I'm not even going to actually say it. And that's the last time I'm going to bring it up. Speech September 30th. That's what they're talking about. September 30th, Putin will hold a speech for the referendums, not the day after, September 30th. Actually, I think that's on here too. I think that's on this website too. Let me see. Oh, that's another one about the PLA. DEFCON 3, Russia will not lose. Nuclear wars are given. Emergency plans in the West. Yeah, that's the one I was just reading to you guys a little bit ago. That the West is getting ready to go into what DEFCON 3. Now, I know people were saying that, well, including me, we were talking about the estimated DEFCON website, which estimates where our DEFCON level is by world events. Like the war in Europe right now is DEFCON 2 because they're at war. The Ukraine is at war with Russia right now. America's at DEFCON 3 because they're actually increasing their readiness. And I heard that Russia already in 2 days have already succeeded in recruiting 300,000 people, but they're still trying to recruit more. They're trying to go up to a million plus now. So, well, 1.2 million if y'all want me to be exact. They're trying to go up to 1.2 million. British new Russian troops will suffer in Ukraine. Ukrainians disagree. It's bad news for us. Bow to the United States. Vladimir Putin gives Russian citizenship to Edward Snow. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this. This guy is wanted really bad in the United States, and y'all know when they want somebody, they try to take them out like they did John. Well, we already know. But anyways, they're trying to take this guy out. He's a former official of the CIA and the NSA, and he became Russian. He became Russian. So he has a lot of information within our camp. He has a lot of information within the United States intelligence. He's very smart, and now that he has Russian citizenship, I'm wondering how this is going to go. Is the United States going to try to make Russia get rid of them or what? But yeah, this guy, he got citizenship now. Vladimir Putin personally signed this into there. That dude is a fucking traitor. Yep. Yep. All right, let's continue on. The biggest snitch on earth. Wait, you must know of him, Aztec dude. You must know of him. Open eyes on what governments was doing to you. I like Snowman, just my opinion. Jave, biological nuclear warfare. Explain nuclear biological warfare. Well, nuclear warfare can go anything from exploding nukes on territories to blowing up nuclear power plants on territories as well, like the Zaporizhia power plant or Chernobyl, or the plants here in the United States, the plants in Europe, anything like that. That could be considered nuclear warfare, radiological warfare. Biological warfare is more like viruses and different things that's going around, like man-made diseases used for warfare. They tried to call COVID originally biological. They tried to call it that. I'm not saying it is. I'm not. I'm not going to go on that on TikTok. Hell, fucking no. But they tried to call COVID biological warfare originally, saying that it was made out of a lab originally, and then that changed over the time. They try to chase that away. I didn't say that. I read that off of a comment. You said I was with you until you say still no. I was reading that off of a comment. I didn't say that. But now you're about to be blocked off of here. So peace. All right. I don't got nothing to do with you. All right. Anyways, this is I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm gonna keep moving on. Javante, do you gotta work? Yes. Yes, I will be coming off of here probably like 3 minutes. I wanted to do a quick update before I went to work and give y'all at least some videos of what was going on. I heard myself through these headphones, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to speaking on that. But yeah, guys, for real, it is a real deal out there, man. Follow me if you're not. This is my I say you post on Instagram saying World War III is in 4 days. I said that sources out of Russia says that World War III can happen in 4 days. Could happen in 4 days. Sources out of Russia. This is my fourth account, guys. So I one day will make a video on all four of my accounts so people can figure out how to find me, because sometimes I'm on this account, sometimes I'm on True News Network, sometimes I'm on Javante the Reporter, sometimes I'm on Javante the Entertainer. But nope, it's real news. Been doing this for a while. I've been pretty accurate on this channel. I just don't like going into the dates. So many people try to put me in with their dates and stuff, saying, "Oh yeah, oh, it's gonna happen this day, it's gonna happen that day," and every time I say I don't want to go on for the dates, it's some bullshit. So I'm like, they always come in to try to make me come on their dates and like, oh yeah, dude, I really, really believe. I'm like, dude, I support you, I support what you say, but my channel is not here to make predictions on dates that's not going to come true. I'm not going to tell people, hey, the world's going to end, nuclear devastation is going to end exactly on this fucking date, because I don't even know that. That would be false news. I don't give dates on this channel. I'm not going to give dates. Now, I would tell you that, hey, something's coming out that this person's supposed to speak today. Something's coming out that he's about to sign this in law today or make a mobilization today. But that's not the end of the world. That's actual shit that happens. Hey, they're about to hold a referendum from the 23rd to the 27th. After the 27th, it can get really bad after that. Now, I would tell you stuff like that I can confirm, but I'm not going to be like, hey, guys, Putin is going to give the order on this day, this time to launch all nuclear weapons. Like, no, dude, that would be false news because not even I would know that. If I am saying it, then you better be running the fuck out, because then I have accurate information telling me that he's about to do it. But nah, bro, I'm cool. Oh man. Yep, sure do, sure do. Are you gonna go live on Instagram? Probably one of these days. I haven't been live on there for a while. I was gonna start doing it when TikTok blocked me on all my lives. I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta start doing that. But yeah, be careful what you guys wish for out there. Show love to the channel if you want to. If you don't, it's okay. All my stuff is at the bottom. If you do have the heart to do it today. Um, thank you for everybody that come through. Thank you for everybody that watched my news. We'll do a letter live after work tonight. I already know I'm trying to do the double hitters. I'm trying to make sure I got a live going on earlier in the day and one later in the day. Sadly, I don't get off work till like 1 a.m. and it's been kicking my butt because I got to wake up and make sure I give news to you guys, then make sure I eat and make sure I go into work, which either way, at work, I eat anyway. So I'm cool. But last night was horrible. I ain't gonna lie. Last night I was they were really understaffed on people. A lot of people didn't want to come, and I had to really show out. So I was really exhausted yesterday. That's why when I came home, I was dead. When I was on that live last night, I was dead. I couldn't read for shit. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys be safe out there. Remember the golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. But on top of that is preparedness and awareness. You got extra? No, I do not. Actually, I just started this job 2 days ago, so a lot of people was asking me to start this. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a good day, man. I will see you guys later.